Do you fall into the 36% of Americans that go into debt over the holidays? Yesterday or a couple days ago, I looked up and that was the stats that Lending Tree gave me. And then I went to Fortune, and 1 out of 5 Americans said that it would take them until May to get caught up to where they were not paying off that debt. So my question for you is, are you cringing and feeling the pressure already when that January credit card statement is going to become due here in a couple of weeks? You're not alone. I want to share with you about probably 25 years ago now, I was a single mom raising my son, and money was tight. I was doing the 9-to-5 grind, working hard. And after I had paid a bunch of expenses and bills, I reconciled my checkbook and literally only had $20 left to my name. And whew, even as I talk about it, I can feel my chest tighten a little bit. And at the time, my parents were already giving me $50 a month to go towards a car payment. And I remember that weighed heavily on my mind every time I got that check from them. And I remember my son, I think he was 4 or 5, came up to me and asked if he could have a sleepover. And the feeling of mom guilt that came over me when I had to tell him no, because I literally could not go to the grocery store and even buy him hot dogs and mac and cheese, which were his favorite meal at the time. And the look of disappointment on his face was very hard for me to take. There was a feeling of almost depression, devastation, anxiety, and that, especially this time of year, is a feeling that, especially for moms, that I have a soft spot in my place, in my heart for mamas. And that is something that I don't want people to have to experience if they don't have to. The reason I'm sharing this with you is tonight at 8 o'clock Central, I am hosting a webinar on trusting in God's timing for financial relief. And what we're going to do is we're going to just come in, we're going to do some reflection. We're going to basically, I'm going to walk you through how easily it is to just lay that burden at God's feet and ask him to help you get past the financial stress. And while he's working in the background, we're going to go over 5 action steps that we can be doing that can help you start taking steps forward into getting past that financial stress and on your way to financial relief. So if you fall into that 36% of Americans, maybe it's not post-holiday debt. Maybe it's just you're struggling working the 9-to-5. Maybe it's because you want to be able to make, to get rid of some debt and to be able to provide for your family more. Maybe you want to do more for your kids. I know when I couldn't let Derek have his friends come over because I literally couldn't go to the store and buy groceries. That was very devastating to me. So if that's you, I invite you to join us tonight at 8 o'clock Central. If you have questions, you can always message me, because talking about debt is it's an intimate conversation. It's something that most people want to keep private, and I totally understand that. So the link is here on how you can join. But if you have questions, you can either message me or just come and listen tonight. There's no obligation, and just sit and take in what we're going to talk about, ways you can move forward, how we're going to reflect, and listen to the action steps that you can start taking to get you on that debt-free journey. And if you show up live tonight with me, I am going to give you a budgeting worksheet and a 5-part mini video series on budgeting and getting your expenses under control. So it's 8 o'clock tonight. It's on Zoom. The link is here. When I get off of here, I'm also going to drop it into the comments. I really hope to see you there. Y'all have a good day, and we'll talk to you later tonight.